Hey everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. In this one, what's next? We're going to talk about that, recap a little bit what's happened the last weekish. We're going to check out a couple content creators' videos. Shout out to them. We really, for all of you looking for Marvel Future Revolution to be successful, which I think if you're watching this video, you likely are, I want you to comment below. What do you think is the best course of action? Is there a course of action? Is there anything? Are the developers listening? Are we going to get anything for any communication, etc.? I don't know. You tell me what your thoughts are. I'm going to dive in a couple of this and keep pushing some of these things until we get some response. So if you want to see some of that or just general content for the game, think about hammering down that like button. All right, let's get to it.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so if you've not seen any of the videos the last, I'd say several days, week maybe, there's been a lot of discussion about what's going on at Netmarble. I did a financial video with their quarterly reports. I talked about the anniversary. There's a lot of stuff going on different people's streams. Andy, he's doing a ton of streaming related to that, so definitely check out his channel. And so, we're 5 days past the anniversary. There were some folks who played Marvel Future Fight who said, hey, they were late on their anniversary there too, so maybe same thing. So we're all kind of waiting this week to see. But I'm still a little worried, and I would like to know if there were any comments or suggestions on what to do with Netmarble if we don't get anything, or do we care at all? I mean, should we just keep going and you're going to play no matter what, even if it's, nothing new comes to the game, whatever. So I've got my playlists up here. This is, by the way, just general for anybody who doesn't know. I've got all my, if you go to my webpage or my YouTube, I've got general uploads. Everything goes in news and game improvement types. And then I've got beginner and intermediate and hero build guides. So, but that's not the point of this video. So, I've got about 3 days ago, I had this what's going on video. Did I have anything before that? The 1 year anniversary update. That was about a week ago. That was generally some of like, hey, what the heck's going on? And I was just really kind of confused, didn't hear anything. And then, what was it? 3 days ago, just this general Netmarble video. And then about a day ago, as of when I'm recording this, I shot a video with Dragon's Blood, where and I put it in Korean. I put the title in Korean. If you don't know what that is, that's Korean. In the video, I had a bunch of text that was actually made for basically anybody in Korea to read. My hope was that this would catch the attention of any developers there, anybody that they might have on their communication staff, stuff like that. I just really wanted to make sure that I sort of just shared that. I thought it was really important. I wanted to try to just get it so that people understood what I was trying to say. So, whether that actually worked or not, still TBD. I don't know, but it's something that I think I'm going to continue to kind of try to push, because I just think that it's important. I don't want to kind of let it, drop or die or whatever. I want to try to. I just think it's important of a thing where I think it's. It needs to keep driving home. A lot of people ask me, what does this stuff stand for? Well, some of it that I've got in here is I'm trying to figure out, exactly. I'm trying to push Netmarble a little bit so that they can hopefully kind of push to get some things in game. I just didn't know what the right course was. So, I put it in there, and people were asking, well, what does this stuff mean? One of the things that it's up at the title, I was talking about, Netmarble, do they care about their players? That was that. I talked about, were promises made that didn't follow up. I was asking questions about Korean consumer law. Was this going against any of that? What else did I ask about? If they had any, the Dev Note 12. And we talked about this in the video. In the Dev Note 12, did it, false advertise that it was coming, and then they didn't do anything because people react to that. And then I talked about just general, is there any, are there mobile law are there mobile laws that companies need to follow that sort of avoid stuff like this. I was speculating, talking about that, and I put it in Korean because I wanted to try to grab attention. So anyway, that was that video, and then, I had another couple follow on that asking if it was working. It was just a kind of a general, what's going on, what's thinking. It's somewhat similar to this one, but this one's a little bit different because, I want to actually continue to push this. I want to show some other stuff that's kind of going on. One of the things that I also did is I went to the, if you don't know this, there is a Korean forum that's dedicated specifically to Korea. So I'll try to remember to put this in the link in the description below. If I don't, please comment and yell at me so I can do it. So I posted this video in the Korean forum. I got 2 thumbs up. I just noticed that, so I guess that's good. This person top commented, said, "Hi, I support your idea and I've already written an answer to Dragon's Blood's article. However, it is not easy for most Korean users to write English. If you add a sentence that you can write an answer in Korean, more Korean users will be able to participate." And I am all for this. I would love to unite the globe in North America, EU, and the Korean base here because I think all of these players care about the game. I think they all like it. I think they all see something that could be really, really beneficial. So Top also says, also, if you look at the forum here, many Korean users are already offering numerous opinions and methods on how to improve it. However, Netmarble is not actively reflecting users' opinions, as you said in the video. So it sounds like the Korean player base is sort of feeling the same way, which I frankly don't understand. I understand that the game has not made as much money as they probably had hoped. But I think that, in my opinion, that within the game, they're doing it to themselves a little bit. I think the fodder, there's not enough fodder. It is too hard. There is, there is too big of a power gap. You shouldn't have giant whales fighting these other people. It's especially new players. We were talking about that a little bit today. They should never even encounter each other. You need to have a giant buffer. Endless content for people to do. So we're going to talk about that stuff in another video. But anyway, it sounds like this is happening. So I replied to Top and I basically just said, I'm going to try to Google translate this because, I actually don't actively speak Korean. I've got some friends that I play games with that they do. And, sometimes I'll go to them just to check on what I've written. And sadly, some of those don't even play the game anymore. So I just said, I apologize. Sorry if it doesn't work. It sounds like a lot of Korean and North American players have tried to make suggestions to Netmarble on improving the game. The game seems like one that could be very successful if the developers work on improvements. I will search for some improvements on this site. Do you have any big suggestions that we in North America could help promote as well? So my attempt at this point is to try to unite as many people as possible to say something. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm not going to, go crazy here, but I'm gonna try to see if there's enough people who are interested in trying to, get Netmarble to recognize they have a good game here. The foundation is here. They already put in so much investment. It's like, think about an employee that you bring to your work, the amount of investment it takes to get that employee ready to work there. Imagine having that employee ready to work there. They've got all the foundations to do. They're not perfect, but there's some things there. And you're just like, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. This employee isn't giving us enough back. And it's like, all you got to tweak is like change their shirt, give them a different, set of shoes, give them a better computer, and they'll literally make you hand over fist money for 5+ years. Like, I feel like that's the right analogy here, where you've already laid everything that all the hard work is done. Now all you have to do is tweak some things, make some things sort of endless, and it can get to the point where you've bought yourself 6+ months of doing other things. We don't need any more game modes. Half-Sun talks about this to me a lot. A lot of other players, we're not looking for more game modes. We don't need, make a couple things. Anyway, that's, again, I'm tangenting. So anyway, go to the Korean forum, definitely try to share stuff, promote, etc. Let's try to unite globally as best as we can. Again, I talked about checking out some other folks' page. Like I mentioned, Dragon's Blood and I did a couple more videos, or we did this is the exact same video that he and I did together. So he threw his intro on here, and then the rest of the video is what we shot, the same thing on my video. I gave him a different thumbnail for it, but you get the idea here where it's the exact same thing. So you can see this is what we've got here. And, you know, I was looking at some of the comments here. They've talked about spending crystals. I'm an MMF launch day player and expected a proper anniversary, or the recent lack of ad spending in the game is very concerning. Really appreciate the content. Great video. Touched on very good topics. Hearing Dragon talk was awesome, which I do agree. It was nice to actually talk to him because I hadn't talked to him before. Thanks for trying to make things better for everyone. Really cool. Both of you and Andy. And I'll get to Andy in a second. And everyone who's trying to Discord on the official forum. Keep playing the amazing, enjoyable game. We are here for you. Appreciate you guys doing this. Organized boycott is the only thing that will Netmarble attention. It's what has been done before in Future Fight. Now, I will say a lot of people have asked me about that and brought it up. I personally don't think that's the right decision at this point. In my opinion, if a game or a company is in a financial struggle, that if you put pressure on that, it'll break. We want bending, we don't break. That's the goal here now. And maybe they might be right, but I would question, at least at this point, if that was right. That could be a potential eventual step, but I mean, the truth is if they don't do anything, people are just going to leave. So there's your strike. You know, all the big spenders are just going to go, you know what? They're clearly not doing anything with this game. I'm done. So your strike is over, or the strike happens naturally. There may be a holiday and some devs forgot about it. I haven't heard about that. I don't think that's the case. Don't bother with CMs and GM Discord and contact the parent company itself. They won't respect their biggest whale enough to give them a straight answer. Then all hope in the game is lost. And you know, that is one of the things. For anyone who doesn't know Dragon's Blood, every one of his characters is literally like max to the core. They're insanely big. So I'd be surprised if any other full squad, every character is as big as his anywhere. I'm guessing his account is the biggest in the world. Still think the first anniversary might happen. Silence from Netmarble is a problem. Let's see, Wookiees, yeah, Wookie yell at Netmarble, you're watching, zero communication. Let's keep creators on advertisement. It talks about some other games. Keyword future dev note, any dev note, hope we get a reply. Organized boycott again. So and you know, Andy has done a bunch of games. I want to make sure to give him a shout out. And this is one of the things that I want to keep have a key out here too, is that I want to try to help any content creator who's doing this. I'd like for us to sort of interweave here. You know, like, I know we all want to do well. We all want our videos to go up and views and all that thing and all that. And I'm fine with that. But I think at this point with the game to be successful, we all sort of have to, and hopefully be on a similar page with it. So you can see Andy is non-stop. You know, today's stream was new community manager CCCs. Wake up. Yesterday was Netmarble with a hilarious thumbnail. Day 3 of no anniversary. This is bad guys. You know, a news thing. Another news thing where it's community outrage. Chilling with Andy live stream. Breaking news. That was one thing. Happy anniversary thing. He did that on the day, but it was, if you watch the stream, it was sort of, you know, like, where's the anniversary? Again, no anniversary. Should we be worried? 1 year anniversary canceled. You know, 1 year anniversary, you know, what's happening? So then Andy had this, or Misery had the video where he's talking about the end of the CCC program, and he goes through here and you guys can check it out. I mean, he talks about what, you know, might be, you know, what the repercussions of this or the thoughts of it are. And my takeaway was it was like, you know, wasn't necessarily things that you thought would be, you know, might not be good, but, you know, he's concerned, and it was weird, and I agree with him. And it's just sort of like, you know, what are the things that we can necessarily do with this? And I don't know. I'd love for seeing more of the CCs out there. I know there's not a ton covering the game, but anybody out there, please continue to pitch this. Please go to the Korean forums, whether you're a content creator or just a player of the game. If you have friends in Korea, we're really trying to figure out, we're trying to get the attention of Netmarble so we can see what's going on. We're trying to figure out what else to do. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's kind of like, there's got to be something. I can't believe that they would just, you know, some people are like, the game's over. They're sunsetting the game. It's over. I just can't believe that they would go 1 year into this and then just be like, you know what, forget it. All of that work gone. You know, there's some people say, well, maybe they're switching their teams out and they're bringing other people on so that, you know, they can change and improve the game. That might be true. I don't know. Sometimes they talk about selling a game. That happens when you sell it. I don't know if Netmarble would, or is even able to sell this. I'm not sure how that would work. I've been part of other games where they've switched companies, but the game itself was always constantly running and just sort of okay during those times. Maybe that's that. I keep joking about wanting to buy the game. I don't have the money for it. So if anybody out there, Warren Buffett, if you're watching the channel by chance, please come talk to me. I want to go buy this and make it so people enjoy it. I don't know if that's a thing you're into, but if you are, hit me up, or anybody like that. So we're just trying to see what we can do. If anybody's got suggestions, please put them in the comments below. Please come to the Discord. It's in the description below, the link, you can find it. I want to keep pushing this. Please encourage your favorite content creator to sort of do the same thing. I think if we do not pay enough attention to this and push it this coming week, that I'm concerned for the future of the game, frankly. I think it'll keep going, but I don't think it'll be in a state that it's going to really make us all that happy. So that's all I got in this particular video. I'm going to be doing, sometimes I might have a couple of these a day. We'll see. I'm just trying in best way I know possible to get Netmarble's attention. So if you want to hammer down the like button, notification bell, subscribe, just to help support the channel and do this effort, appreciate you. Until next time, hope you have a wonderful day.